law. The Jewish law is very simple. If you have a Jewish mother, you're Jewish, right? Or differently. And they decide that a full Jew is someone that few of his grandparents is Jewish, and you have also a part of Jew, which one of your grandparents is Jewish. And then there's a list. What happens if you're married to a Jew? There's a whole list of who's Jewish. And that's, by the way, very interesting, this whole Nuremberg laws. First of all, that will be who will be killed later on in the Holocaust. By the way, also today, the state of Israel, the laws of immigration go back to the same laws. Whoever was eligible to be killed by Nazis can become a citizen in the state of Israel. So the Nuremberg laws are the laws of immigration in Israel, part of the laws of immigration. Anyway, in Berlin, now in the meantime it's also in Germany, in Berlin over here as its capital, the Jews are going for all those restrictions, for all those new limitations. Things get better in 36 as there is the Olympics over here, and the Nazis understood that PR is quite important, and to come over and have a sign that Jews are not allowed to walk on the sidewalk, or not allowed to swim in the Vanda River, or not allowed to sit on a bench, doesn't look good. So all the signs are taken off, and right after the Olympics, they're all put back. One of the important years prior to the war is 1938. We call it the year of the decision. And there's a few things in 38 that are happening that for us it's important to understand, because now we can understand where is the world regarding all this process. First of all, during those years, from 33 to 38, you are starting to create a Jewish refugee problem, because all those limitations and Nuremberg, Jews want to leave. They want to immigrate. The problem is, where will they immigrate? Where can they go? If you want to immigrate, you need someone to accept you. And there was a refugee problem going on. So there was a meeting in a place called Avian, where they collected 32 countries and trying to see what do we do with this refugee problem. The solution was none. No country was willing to actually get Jews in, except for one country. Anyone knows which country that was?
Dominican Republic.
The Dominican Republic were willing to get some Jews. Not Canada, not the US. By the way, also not British, meaning Palestine, which could have been an option, were also closed by the British, and literally there was nowhere to go. And that's very interesting again. Avian, there's no country which is really opening. The refugee problem cannot be solved. There's nowhere legally to go. Another very important meeting that also shows us where is the world is a meeting that's happening in Europe. What's happening that slowly through the years, remember the Versailles Agreement, all the limitations that the Germans had, slowly, one step after another, they're pretty much stopping all those limitations. They're not following what they were supposed to do. Some are exploring, and they would like to go into an area which is called the Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia. And there's a question, should they be allowed in, not be allowed in? And there's a meeting in Munich. What shall be done? Obviously, Czechoslovakia does not join that meeting, and eventually there's a decision. Now, let's let them just go to Sudets. Hitler promised her that if he gets that, he will not have any other requests, which was obviously not what happened. Later on, he took over all of Czechoslovakia. That's after he already had to annex Austria, which was not allowed. And eventually in 1939 he was going to Poland, and the Second World War will break out. But it's interesting because at that meeting, when they finished the meeting, when Chamberlain from Britain came back, he came back as a successor. He brought peace for a generation. There's a few extremists that say, no, we will pay for generations for that agreement. But it's interesting that there were a few signs. Now it's easy to judge today because we know the story. Remember that at the time people didn't know what's going to happen. But yet there's a few dates, and when we look at them, we can see the process to what will happen with the beginning of the Holocaust. And 39, Germany goes into Poland. That's when we announced the beginning of Second World War, and part of Second World War was the Holocaust, which was murdering the Jewish population of Europe, not only Germany but of Europe in general. We will deal with that when we get to London. Regarding the people in Berlin, or in Germany in general? In Germany, there were between 500 and 600,000 Jews living over in Germany, people that were integrated into the society, probably more than what was in Eastern Europe, where it was a bit more challenging. There were more different, smaller communities, integrated communities. And here in Berlin, we are talking about 75,000 people, but eventually, towards 1941, there's approximately 55,000 Jews living in Berlin. And in October 41, the deportation started. But remember that until then, from 39, all those laws that we were mentioning, no one think, okay, so we'll wait, nothing, what worse can happen? In 41, literally, they are taken and being deported. Where they're being deported, they don't know. At the beginning, if you look at the first deportation, and then you go on the actual track and you see the kind of deportation, they're taken to other ghettos. People don't know what a ghetto is, and they don't know where people will be taken from that ghetto. A place like Warsaw, a place like Lodz. Pinchas is from Lodz, Pinchas was also in the Warsaw ghetto. We will be in the Warsaw ghetto, and we'll see what happened over there. And the people they know that they're going to be taken to the east. They're allowed to take suitcase with them, and they need to come to Grunwald, to the station over here. Look, people live over here, they are coming over here. At the beginning, people are coming. No, the people are, there's a law. They were told to be in a certain hour in a certain place, so you were there, you know where you're going. Later on, it started to be more challenging as people started to have rumors and people stopped showing up. Then you would have to go over and just grab the people out and take people by force over here. And if you have a permit, if you have a job, if you are useful for the Reich, you might stay. You'll be deported probably later on. But if you're not, you are grabbed to the station. And that's starting from October 41 and towards later on, after Auschwitz is built and will be there tomorrow, they are deported right away to Auschwitz. In Auschwitz, they already have a concentration camp and a death camp, and people are just taken to be murdered either by gas chamber or in a concentration camp first, and then sent to wherever. So again, when we're standing over here, that's pretty much the last stop of those 50 to 55,000 Jews of Berlin. And it's interesting that when we come to this place, there's actually two monuments. We have one over here, and we'll go up to the second one. And it's interesting. First of all, when you look at this part of the monument, what do you see? Look at the monument itself and look at the location.